This was as difficult as it is, though. I don't expect you to complete the final one.
2, 1, let's go for it!
You definitely don't want to touch anything like that. Ah! Like, you totally lose control of yourself. Like, you get turned around, and, the camera doesn't actually follow you. Follow your rotations at all. Which makes life a lot harder. Maybe you don't have to do a jump on that one part. I think that might have been messing with me. Might have been making life harder for me than it should have been. Actually taking that jump, I just kind of assumed you had to. Because it looked like there was actually a pit below if you didn't. And I've never seen anything like a pit in this game, I recall, but I thought maybe. So do they just freak out every single time I touch something? That is actually kind of funny. No, that's actually a gap you have to cross. So I can get that speed boost. That speed boost doesn't make anything any easier whenever you hit a ramp. I don't like hitting those ramps. I actually managed to go through this time. It's nice. At least make a lot of progress. If not, whoa. What are you doing, dude? Pick up those crowns. Alright. And how can this be? I know it's a circuit. There we go. That's not a big bonus. I gained like 60 crowns from that. Okay, well. So that's that. Okay. So now what do we want to do? Where do we want to go? So we want something that will give us... something that will cost about 300. The only thing I know costs more is Fug Tug. Where did the Fug Tug? That I know costs more is the Dentist race, but that's not. I don't think that's the next thing we want to do. I think there's at least one more thing we want to do first. I don't know what it would be if so. I'm just gonna do a quick run around and look at everything. Run around the perimeter, then we can look in the center of town, see if there's anything there, and then. There's nothing more to do other than the Dentist race. We can do the Dentist race. And then, after the Dentist race, I still actually ever manage to complete it. I don't know if I will. I can only afford 2 attempts right now. Then I will show off the game break. Well, I'll show how to do the game breaking bug. The one that makes the game crash as like a finale. I'm not actually going to do it though, because I just don't want bad things to happen by making a... I don't know what happens if this game crashes when I'm running it as its own window. That's the Dentist race. I know it's okay. I know if I crash in a browser, but I'm not running this in a browser, so it's not as simple and clean as a single plugin crashing. So I'd rather not have that happen. Okay, so that's everything to see on the perimeter. So let's see if there's anything we're missing on the inside. For example, I know we didn't see the castle as we were running through here. It looks like there's something to do in the lagoon. Seems like Goo Lagoon's pretty useless in terms of being a place to go. So there's the Thug Tug, nothing there. And from here, just run on back, double back, and see if there's anything to see around the town. Basically just trying to cover all the land in the entire map. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. There's nothing in the town itself, although the town is close to the... yeah, there you go, the castle. Castle you already did, that's 150. At times I like the bumpy terrain in this game because it lets you catch some air, but I always want to catch more air. But the thing is, if you caught more air, then I'd be annoyed because whenever you're in the air, you have no control over yourself. Kinda need to have that medium of being able to catch air, I think, but also having terrain that isn't too bumpy and doesn't make you go in the air too often. Alright, fields. And I'm thinking that we actually have seen everything. There's SpongeBob's place. There's not much more to see between here and the party boat. Yeah, so I'll go give one more pass. But I think we've seen everything except for the Wasteland race. I have my doubts that we'll be seeing a credit sequence or anything if we finish that race. So it seems like the only idea in this game is to get as high a score as possible, high a total score as possible, and then submit that score. So I guess that'll also be our grand finale to this series. Well, I'll explain how you do the game-breaking bug, and then I'll also try to submit the score and just see what happens, because every game I've submitted a score in so far has had something different happen. It's been kind of funny. Okay. Let's go. Ultimate challenge. And this one's tricky. I know that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know how much time you start with. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't want to lose control. 2-lap race? Oh man. No? Oh my god.
3, 2, 1.
No, you actually start with 1 more time. Like, I thought you started with like 2 seconds of time. Okay, so he starts by hitting you, which is great. This doesn't actually have well, I remembered it being at all. That's fine. I remember this being a time trial thing, kind of like the, I guess I misremembered this as the, as what you do in the trench. Because I remember this being... I'm not getting a speed boost, I don't feel like. I remember this being a really tightly timed, like, don't run out of time sort of thing, where you had to pick up crowns. Except I remember you starting with like 2 seconds, and it being really, really tricky. Man, this dude. Oh! Okay, so you get a lap bonus. Okay, good. Yeah, like, I don't know if there's serious like rubber banding on him or what, but man, he catches up like crazy if he stays right on your tail. Like I was getting every single. I supposedly get a speed bonus every time I hit one of those crowns, but I hitting him in the back isn't helping me. But despite my supposed speed boost, he still manages to edge me out while I'm ahead of him. Like, if you've got a speed boost, then that would mean that you would be able to get an edge on him. Or that when you got an edge on him, you'd stay ahead of him. That's not the case in any way, shape, or form. So I think the game is pulling your leg when it says you get a speed boost. I think you just need to see when he manages to, like, fly off to the side of the road, like he did just now. Because that's when he has, like, a bad racing line, and you just need to do better than he does. Wow, I did it. I also gained less than 200 crowns. Whatever. So that being done, we're about ready to finish off this playthrough. We've seen everything. Haven't beaten everything, but we can do without the things we haven't beaten. So I have about 100,000 crowns. So it seems like the whole submit score thing is you just get as many crowns as you can manage, like as patient as you are, and then just go from there and just submit whatever. I don't know if there's a cap to it or not. I know I've gone over 1,000 crowns before. I don't know if you can get, I don't know if it caps out like 9,999, or there might not even be any kind of cap on it. It might seriously just go up to, I don't know, like 2 to the 32nd or something. Whatever, depending on how much memory they decide to allocate to that number. So anyways, so I will get to the bug that I was talking about. Oh, we're going to get that actually. So the glitch I found was just something I found as the result of some curiosity and having fun with, well, this game's weird physics. So you can't really do anything to get out of bounds in this game. But I did discover at one point you can have a lot of fun by going up this thing and just getting a lot of air off of it, because this is the thing that gives you the most air in the game. Essentially, it brings you highest, really high. And I wasn't even trying to do it right then, but you can actually get outside of the map this way. Just be careful, because the thing is, so we're outside the map now, but like if you fall off the map, off on the right there, it kind of looks like there's ground beneath you. The game will crash if you fall there, I assure you. Because whenever I would do it in the game, or in the game back in the day when I was running this in browser on the actual Nick website, I would do that, and an arrow window would actually pop up when I was in the air floating above the void. So, and it's actually really quick happening too. Like, as soon as you fall off, the game crashes. Like, you don't even fall very far. But it does mean you can actually do things like this. Go to the monster filled trench. Oh. Whoops, darn it! It's one of those things where you can actually, I forgot about that, you can go back in, but you can't go out. So I have to go back out real quick. Look at that. 360 bob pat rotation. So you can go back over there, you can actually explore the trench. Well, not quite explore the trench, we can look at the decoration that you can't normally actually drive to. The trench over there. Be careful so we don't actually fly out of bounds, even though there's not too much risk of doing that. But yeah, once you get over to that other area, you need to be mindful of where the boundaries actually are, because you can go back in bounds without noticing anything, but you can't go back out of bounds afterwards. These are one-way walls. And here we are. So, I'm curious, like, how does we touch these? These actually walls? Those are actually walls. That's interesting. Oh, there's another wall there. Oh, that's kind of funny. So I'm trapped in here. Once I go in here, I'm also trapped out here. Oh, that's weird. Multiple layers of protection, essentially. In any case, so that having been done, we're about done with this game. So what we can do now is we can actually submit our score. I don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to try. Your progress will be reset. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I've worked up from 0 so many times in this game. That's not an inconvenience at all. Submit. To who? How? Where? I don't know. Submit. I did it. Awesome. I kind of want to see what more scores bring me to. Yeah, so clear scores. So this is actually a local high score table. It's kind of weird. Apparently. That's what it looks like. Find the Krusty Krab too. Oh. So scores for individual. Oh, so you can. That's what meant with submit score in the individual parts. So that I submitted my score for the whole game just now. But you can also submit scores for individual games. That's cool. And that's grand total. Okay, well, that's that. So in that case, that's that for the Spongebob SquarePants movie 3D game. An odd little thing that just existed as promotional material for the film that wasn't out yet on the website many, many years ago. Back in, I'm not going to care to try to count how many years ago that was. In any case, I'll see you guys next time. Ow. And another SpongeBob game. I have at least one more game of this sort to play. 2. At least 2. We'll have to see. But my sore throat is finally catching up to me, so I'm going to have to cut things off now. But in any case, see you then, guys, whatever I decide to do next. It's odd and fun doing these little adventures into the past. Anyways, bye, guys.